It's Jordan Tower with JT News. Reck, how you doing, man?
Salute, JT. I'm good.
Salute, man. Well, we got a topic today. Is Obama going to pardon Big Meech on his way out? That's the question, because a lot of presidents are known for doing their craziest pardons on the last day in office. They sign the last pardons because you can't do that while you're president. You're going to get criticized. They do pardons while they're president, but they do their crazy pardons on the last day. Now, before we get into Big Meech, BMF, Obama signing that pardon, let's get into a very controversial pardon that happened with Bill Clinton, okay? Now, Bill Clinton did a very controversial pardon in 2001 on his way out, okay? He did it for a hedge fund guy that had been indicted on multiple counts of tax evasion, wire fraud, and racketeering. Hillary Clinton's campaign immediately questioned the release, which came from FBI Twitter account and had been dormant for more than a year up to the last past. So, like, this is all coming up recently. This is why this came out. Like, Bill Clinton did a lot of pardons, okay? And this was the most controversial one because this guy was supposed to be in jail for a long time.
Gotcha.
Wire fraud, racketeering, all that stuff is big stuff. You know, his name was m.reck. So, I mean, he's not the only one. Bush did crazy stuff. We all know that, all this stuff. Well, let's get into who Big Meech is first, okay? If you don't know who Big Meech is, you've been living under a rock.
Facts.
He started a big criminal organization with his brother back in the 90s, right? 80s, actually. And they originated in Detroit. Yes.
Yep.
They started off by selling $50 bags of cocaine.
Yep.
And graduated to kilos.
To them bricks.
And they expanded. Let's see. We expanded to moving kilos to
ATL,
Alabama, California, ATL, like you said, Florida, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, North Carolina. And they had 500 members at one point, part of BMF. So they were a criminal organized crime family at this point. They're like Black Mafia, right?
That's what it was. That's what it stands for.
Yeah, Black
Mafia family.
Yeah, but
BMF.
They were just like Italian Mafia, but they were black, and they were running shit.
Getting to it. They was getting to it.
I think it was Big Meech, who's Demetrius. He goes under Demetrius, and then Terry was his brother. Okay, they did this together. Then around 2000, they split up. Big Meech, Demetrius, stayed in Atlanta. That was the distribution hub. And their connect was based in California. So Terry went out to California to deal with the connect. And their job was to get the drugs from California to Atlanta. Okay, so this caused a divide between them. And then Terry was upset with his brother, Big Meech, because he wanted to go legit, but he wanted to go with rap. So in 2000, they started BMF, the label.
Yes, sir. I remember that.
We started seeing him a few years later on Smack, The Come Up, all those DVDs. You saw the whips they had. I mean, these guys were
whips, the jury, the money,
crazy. It was said to have made $250 million between the two of them. Imagine all the other side money that was made. That's just their money. Then they distributed it out. Crazy. They had the direct connect into Mexico through their connect in California. I mean, that's unheard of. Crazy. So Terry got caught on a wiretap talking about his brother. You know, he's flashed too much money, blah, 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 blah. You know.
Oh, wow.
They had already not been cool. Since 2003, they said to not be cool anymore. They just, you know, it just wasn't working out. That sucks, right? Money always comes between everybody at one point, right?
Yeah.
If you let it. So let's get into... So 2003, the brothers fell out. And they wiretapped Terry, talking about, you know, I'd be bringing the wrong attention. There was like 900 pages. These Fed guys, they put a lot of time in 900 pages.
Yeah. Now they got to build a case. Anytime when it's federal, it has to be a case built.
Yeah. You remember all the Lambos?
So can hold up in court.
Yeah. You remember all the Lambos and shit you saw them with? Well, basically what happened is they started wiretapping people. First, some lady got pulled over in a Range Rover, or some guy got pulled over in a Range Rover, and they got caught with like something like 30 keys or something. How many keys was it? It was crazy. 95 keys in 2004. They had started an investigation.
95 keys in a range?
In a range. They started this investigation in 2003, and they called it Operation Motor City Mafia. Okay?
Dang.
So the DEA was going in. They started wiretapping people. They started pulling people over. I mean, think about this. Before we get into that, Big Meech was killed Wolf. He killed Wolf. But he did it in self-defense, he said. He never got charged. They let him live in the street, the DEA. This is how the DEA works. It's crazy. They said, nah, leave him out there. They were building their case. They didn't want to
still
arrest
building
him on
their
that.
case.
They wanted him on that case because they were going to take tons of people down with that. You know, that would have been so.
And for those that don't know who Wolf is, Wolf was Puff's other former bodyguard. That was, you know.
And he got into it with Big Meech, and Big Meech defended himself.
Yeah, because Wolf was the guy that was with Puff.
Yeah.
When Sean shot up the club and he ran, they blew all the lights with J-Lo. He was in the car. Yeah, Wolf was with Puff back then. Y'all might know of Wolf because that case was so well publicized.
Yeah.
And so you heard of Wolf, you heard of J-Lo, you heard of Diddy, Sean all being involved in that. So I'm just trying to bring the people up to speed to who Wolf is, Anthony Wolf Jones.
And you know, you're not going to be the top guy without encountering some violence and some hate. You know what I mean? So I don't really fault Big Meech.
I really know what that's over though.
You do?
Yeah, you know. I mean, I think the people know. I think it was over a chick.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Big Meech had all the chicks too. Big Meech had all the ladies.
Yeah, but I think it's just one particular chick. You know, I think it was an Asian chick.
Okay.
She was a mix. Maybe she was mixed with Asian and something else. But you know, it was Wolf Girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, but I got somebody who could shed some light on that. You know what I mean? My homie Gene Dill.
Okay.
You know because you know him and Gene was real close.
And they tried to attach these guys to all this violence. They even tried to attach them to that. Remember when Gucci Man had to kill that guy in an attempt robbery?
Yeah.
They said that was linked to that. I mean, you know, of course they're going to try to link everything on Big Meech, you know, but
you already know.
Eventually, you know, in 2005 they were indicted by the DEA for continuing criminal empire. In 2007 they pled guilty for running a continuing criminal enterprise, and in 2008 they were sentenced to 30 years for a 2031 release. Okay. Now, since then, Big Meech has written a letter. I mean, that's a lot of years for just running a criminal enterprise. Right?
Yeah,
that's a long.
But it was other shit involved too, other than just the bricks. You know, moving the bricks and everything.
Yeah, they had a lot of snitches too. Someone snitched them out. Yeah. People were getting pulled over on these wiretaps, and they were giving up information. That's how they eventually got to Big Meech, because Big Meech wasn't so stupid to give people bricks directly. You know what I mean? So it's always a couple. When you have 500 people in an enterprise like that, they had to know that was coming, bro, because you can't have 500 loyal people. Someone's gonna fucking get caught up and fucking snitch.
No, that didn't go.
Yeah, I think Big Meech was actually smart in trying to go legitimate and get the fuck out of that shit.
But you know, it's the ill shit about Big Meech that people may or may not know.
What?
Big Meech was on some like, I want everybody eating. I want my whole team eating. So this way nobody got no reason to hate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And everybody was eating in Atlanta, even the clubs, videographers. He had Atlanta thriving during the early 2000s.
Remember, Jeezy, they were saying, like, you know, Jeezy was part of BMF.
Yeah. But the way Jeezy tells it, he was just getting his, and Big Meech respected.
Of course, he got to sell it something different because, you know,
Yeah.
He don't want to be tied in with that case, and
yeah,
because the boys went down.
Yeah. Remember, they even tried to bring him in and try to charge him on some stuff, and
Yeah.
then he beat it. He got the right lawyers, and he got out of that, you know. But they were trying to tie him into that BMF shit around that time, remember?
Yeah.
Now, also look at this. Remember, Jeezy is part of the reason Obama's in office in 08. He had that song, My President is Black. He got buses going to the Obama. Obama shouted him out in 2012 at the Correspondents' Dinner. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, this goes more towards this pardon. I could see it happening. I mean, now, Big Meech penned a letter to Russell Simmons to kind of like vouch for him.
Yep.
Right? So he penned this letter. Here, let me bring it up for you guys. He penned a letter to Russell Simmons, okay? And basically saying most murderers and rapists and child molesters get much less time for non-violent drug than non-violent drug offenders. And that's true. These punishments don't fit the crimes when it comes to these drug laws and sentences. I mean, yeah, should he have got maybe a decade? Sure. I don't think he should have got any more than 10 years. Okay?
Yeah, facts.
He should be out right now. Honestly, he should be out right now. He did 10 years. If 10 years isn't enough to think about what you did, if that's what they're trying to prove here, yeah, okay. 10 years. 30 years? Come on, man. That's way too much.
Crazy.
You know? He wasn't out here. Like, he's right about that. Rapists. Murderers, okay?
Child molesters.
Child molesters. They should be in for 30 plus years. Not Big Meech running a criminal enterprise. A lot of people late because of Big Meech. We got to respect that. You know, I mean, you know, I know they frown upon drugs and everything, you know, but
Big Meech was feeding a lot of families.
Imagine if he was running like a company. That boy would have been a beast. He was
because he was smart. He ran it, you know, organized.
Yeah.
That's why they call it organized crime, because it's still organized.
You don't just get 500 people in ill distribution to that many states. Crazy. You know how they were transporting it, right? In limos. They were taking limos and putting it in the walls of the limos. They take it apart, put all the product and the money in there.
Wow.
And buses. They had bus companies and shit, and they were putting them in the panels.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy. Ingenious.
Genius, yeah. So he also said entertainers have used certain drug dealers or street people for street credibility. So, you know, he's basically saying we put people on careers. Meech uses T.I. as an example of what he could accomplish as a free man, pointing out the rapper's $9 or $10 million made the government before he did his first year in prison with his Countdown to Lockdown television show, he writes. Because I guess they took the funds for that.
I guess so.
Lockdown, yeah. And if I was home to take care of all the legitimate opportunities my fiance and I have, I could do just as much, if not more. So he's basically saying, hey, and that's another thing that might be happening, okay? We saw the deal with 50 Cent in the show. He might be saying, yo, you can take my portion for the government. He might be working at a deal through that 50 Cent. I mean, it's kind of convenient. Obama's about to leave office. 50 Cent's able to push that thing through on a BMF show. And maybe he won't make any money off of it, but he'll get his freedom. It's like buying your freedom from the government. Almost like what T.I. did. T.I. did a lot of stuff around that time. There's a reason he didn't go to jail, guys. I don't think T.I. snitched, do you? I don't think he snitched. I think that...
Yeah, not the traditional way of snitching, but...
He just worked with the government in a way
He definitely worked with them
they
folks.
Got money out of it. Like, okay, you're going to do this and this. Remember he did the Stop Crime Stoppers
Yeah, that was
video?
spooky, though.
That was spooky. But, like, you could tell he was doing all that stuff because either do that or you're going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
All those guns.
Nah, he was forced. But you gotta understand, what's the difference between T.I. doing that and, you know, a regular average criminal doing, okay, if you tell us this, then you go home in 2 years instead of 20.
Right.
Think about it.
The difference is they're getting millions of dollars out of the T.I. thing.
Yeah, but
that's what he's saying in this letter. He's saying $9 or $10 million from a television deal.
T.I. was able to give them millions because he was a well-known rapper at the time.
Well, no. What they're saying is They did that television show. And
no, I know that. He's a well-known rapper.
Yeah,
so anything surrounding T.I. at the time, T.I. was big at that time.
Oh, yeah.
He was huge.
Yeah, the ratings for that show made the government $10 million. So Big Meech could be doing that with the 50 Cent thing. And, I'm sure that maybe, Big Meech has more money out here and somebody could have, donated or, you never know. Like, the whole Clinton thing is that they're saying that this hedge fund guy probably helped fund the Clinton campaign. And think about it. These people don't just give millions of dollars to campaigns and don't want anything in return. Do you think that banks and everything fund the Clinton campaigns and all that and don't want anything in return? They're expecting something in return when you get in office. Think about it. They raise about $1 billion to run a presidential campaign. Okay? So some of these people donate like, $50 million. 30 million. They're buying something. Things are for sale. Everything's for sale. Everything has a price. Everything has a price.
Yo, listen. In America, this is big business.
Oh yeah.
Everything is big business. Jail, presidential campaigns, everything.
Yeah.
Prostitution. This is big business.
I'm gonna be honest. I think we'll be
drugs.
I think we're gonna be surprised, and I think Big Meech is gonna get free. Or at least get time reduced.
So basically, you saying Obama might give Big Meech that pardon?
Yeah, I could see it happening.
I could see it happening too.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I want it to happen.
Yeah, I want it to happen too.
You know why? Because Big Meech, like when you really do your homework, you get to see how smart he was. Like even though he was moving bricks, but the way he was doing it so strategic. Yeah. You really get to see how smart he is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The distribution, the way he had it mapped out. Yeah. The way he did it. It's like, imagine him just doing that with a product or another line of business.
He could sell anything, man.
Exactly. Yeah. But a hustler's a hustler.
So Big Meech free in 2017. We're going for it.
Yeah, I'm going for that, man. Obama, I'm stamping that.
Yeah, we are.
Pardon Big Meech.
I approve.
You know what I mean? Definitely approve. That's the daily hip hop approval.
Yes,
m.reck and Jordan Tower.
Salute.
Salute, Big Meech, BMF.
Yes, sir.